Ned, Gregory says hello, and he says he can't believe you've turned into an activist. He wants to know where you were 15 years ago when we needed you.
You tell Gregory 15 years ago those self-respecting faggots would have anything to do with you guys.
Hey, I was 12 years old.
We're not activists.
If you're not an activist, Bruce, then what are you?
Nothing. I'm only in this till it goes away.
You know, the battle against the police at Stonewall was won by transvestites. They put up an awful fight. It's you, Brooks.
I was too young to be at Stonewall. And even if I hadn't have been, I wouldn't have been there because I got nothing in common with those guys, or girls, whatever you call them. Hey man, Robert Stokes says that he filmed it today.
At Glenn Fisherman's party the other night, I saw one guy and he was sick. I heard about 2 others, and on the way home I ran to Richie Farrell. He told me he'd just been diagnosed.
Richie Farrell?
All this on 6th Avenue between 19th and 8th Street.
Gee, I haven't seen him for years. I think we even had a little affair once.
Mickey, are you a transvestite?
No, but I fight for your right to be one.
I don't want to be one.
I'm worried this organization is attracting white bread and middle class. We need blacks.
Oh, right on.
And how do you feel about lesbians?
Oh, well, not very much. I mean, there's something else.
I wonder what they're going to think about all this. If past history is anything to go by, there's never been a great deal of support by either half or the other. Tommy, are you a lesbian?
I have done and seen everything.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. I forgot to thank you for sending me flowers.
Well, that's all right.
It's funny, my mom sent flowers. We never even spoke about my being gay. I told her Craig down, I guess she just knew.
I think mothers somehow always know. Would you like to have dinner next week, maybe see a movie?
Oh, actually, it's funny, it happened so fast. You know Albert? I've been seeing him for a couple of weeks.
The guy in the Calvin Klein's at? Great.
I don't like to be alone. Guess who always has somebody there?
Now, don't forget, guys, we need to elect a president tonight. I'm not interested. How about a board of directors?
Mickey, how did you finally decide to write the leaflet? I didn't even read it.
Well, I just said that the best medical knowledge, which admittedly isn't very much, seems to think a virus has landed in our community. It could have been any community, but for some reason it's chosen ours. I guess we've just got in the way. Boy, are we going to have some paranoia problems.
That's all you said?
See what I mean? No, I also put in the benefit dance announcement and a coupon for donations.
What about the recommendations?
I recommended everyone should donate $1 million. We've got to make people realize this is not just a gay problem. If it can happen to us, it can happen to anyone. I sent copies to all the gay newspapers.
Well, what good will that do? Nobody reads them.
The native's doing a good job.
Mickey, I thought we talked all this out on the phone. We must tell everybody what Emma wants us to tell them.
She wants us to tell them so badly she won't even lend a name to recommending it. Look, this is what Ned wanted me to write. If this doesn't scare the shit out of you and rouse you to action, then gay men have no future here on Earth. Neddy, I think that's going a little bit far.
You're going to terrify everyone to death.
Shake up, what's wrong with that? This isn't something that can be force-fed lightly. It won't work. And Mickey neglected to read my opening sentence. It's difficult to write this without sounding scared or alarmist. Okay, fine. Then he goes on. I am sick of guys who think that giving up careless sex is worse than death. I am sick of guys who only think through their cocks. I am sick of closeted gays. It's 1982 now, guys. When are you going to come out? By 1984, you could be dead.
Oh, you're crazy.
Am I? There are almost 500 cases now. Look, if we're not going to send this out, I'll get the native to run it.
We can't tell people how to live their lives. And besides, the entire gay political platform is fucking. We get it from all sides.
You make it sound like that's all that being gay means.
That's all it does mean.
That's what makes us different.
I don't want to be considered different.
Neither do I, actually.
Well, I do.
Well, you are.
Unfortunately, when it started out, it just meant a lot more then.
Why is it we can only talk about our sexuality and so relentlessly? You know, Mickey, all we've created is generations of guys who can't deal with themselves as anything but erections. We can't even get a meeting with the mayor's gay assistant.
You know, I'd be interested in setting up some kind of services for the patients. We got to start thinking about them.
Who's he?
He heard about you, he found you, and here he is. His name is Tommy Boatwright. Why don't you write that down? Tommy Boatwright? In real life, he's a hospital administrator, and I'm a southern bitch.
Welcome to gay politics.
Ned, I refuse to have anything to do with an organization that tells people how to live their lives.
It's not telling you, it's a recommendation.
With a shotgun to their
It's
heads.
interfering with their civil rights.
Fucking was a civil right, don't we just wish?
Why don't you put it in the form of a recommendation from gay doctors? That way we're just the conduit.
Because I can't get any gay doctor to go on record and say publicly whatever wants.
The amount of money they've made out of us being sick. Well, you think somebody would have warned us? And what the fuck is this?
Uh-oh.
Look at this. Who did it?
I'm looking, I'm not seeing. What don't I see?
What we put for our return address.
Oh, you mean the word gay is on the
Damn
envelope?
right it is. Who decided to do this?
Well, maybe it was Pierre who designed it, maybe it was a fault of the printers. But that is the name we chose for this organization.
You chose. I didn't want gay in it.
No, we all voted. It was one of those meetings when somebody actually turned up.
Bruce, I think it's strange that nobody's noticed until now. You've been stuffing them all week at your apartment.
You can't send them out.
We have to if you want anybody to come to a dance. They're late from the printers as it is.
We can go through them and scratch the word out with a magic marker.
10,000 times. Look, I feel sympathy for young guys still living at home with their parents on Long Island. But the majority of guys that are going to get those, I mean, look at you in your case. You live on your own, you have your own apartment, your mother lives in another state.
Yeah, and what about my mailman?
You don't expect me to take that seriously. What about your doorman?
What about him?
Why don't you worry about him? All those cute little Calvin Klein numbers you're parading in front of his nose. You think he thinks you're playing poker with the boys?
You can't respect anybody who thinks differently to you, can you?
Bruce, I don't agree with you about this. I think it's imperative we all grow up and get out of the closet.
Ladies! Hey. Ned, you don't think much about sexual revolution. You say it all the time.
No, I say I don't approve of promiscuity. What's that got to do with gay envelopes?
You've certainly done your share, though.
Yes, I have. Doesn't mean I approve of myself or like myself for doing it.
Well, not all of us feel that way, and we don't like to hear the word promiscuous used condemningly.
Or so publicly.
Well, the world can hear it, Bruce.
Sex is liberating. It's always guys like you who've never had one that are screaming about relationships and monogamy and fidelity and holy matrimony. What are you? A closet straight?
Mickey, more sex isn't more liberating. And too much sex makes finding love impossible.
Nettie, darling, don't put your failure to find somebody else on the morality of all the rest of us.
Mickey, darling, I'm just saying what I feel. It has taken me nearly 20 years of assorted forms of therapy in various major world capitals to be able to do so, without fear, guilt, or giving a fuck if anybody likes it or not.
Well, I'll buy that.
Thank you.
But not everybody's so free to say what they think.
Or able to afford so much therapy, although God knows I need it. Now, come on, it's getting late and we haven't elected a president yet. Ned, I think it should be Bruce. I mean, everybody knows him and likes him. And, well, everybody
You
expects
mean he's popular and everyone's afraid of me?
Yes.
No.
No?
No. What it means is that, well, you have a certain kind of energy that's definitely needed, but Bruce has a presence that might bring people together in a way that you can't.
What does that mean?
It means he's gorgeous. And all those kids on Christopher Street and Fire Island will feel a lot more comfortable following him.
Oh, just like high school.
Yes.
Follow him where?
Well, honey, why don't you and I have a little dinner and I'll tell you all about it and more.
Thanks, I'm busy.
Forever? Well, that's too bad. I wanted to try my hand at smoothing out your rough edges.
Good luck.
Well, looks like you're president.
I don't think I want this.
Oh, come on, you're gorgeous and we're all gonna follow you.
I accept.
Not you, congratulations.
There are going to be a lot of scared people out there wanting some place to call for information. I'll be interested in setting up some kind of telephone hotline.
Sure. Just make me deal out budget and come to me before you make any commitments.
Don't you feel in safe hands already?
What does he do for a living, if I may ask?
I'm vice president for Citibank.
That's nothing to be shy about, sugar. You invented the cash machine. Now, are we sending these out or what?
What do you think?
I bet nobody notices.
Oh, somebody will notice, okay?
Okay? Okay, our first adult compromise. Thank you all for your cooperation.
Everybody, this is Felix. Mickey, Tommy, Bruce. Bruce just got elected president.
My condolences. But don't let me interrupt. Anybody want any Balducci going ice cream? It's $18 a pint.
Looks like Nettie's got himself a boyfriend.
Thank God for that. Now maybe he'll leave me alone.
Looks like I signed on too late.
Don't worry about Ned. I mean, I like the guy, but his style, it's so confrontative.
There's no such word.
You know what I mean. We could get into a lot of trouble with him.
Hey, honey, he looks like a pretty good catch to me. We could get into a lot of trouble without him.
Yeah, look, I'm going home. My Gregory burns dinner, and if I'm late, he blames me.
My boss, he hates faggots. He doesn't know, and he keeps on telling gay jokes, and I have to keep on laughing at them.
Bruce, Citibank won't fire you for being gay. And if they did, we'd make such a stink, every gay customer in New York would leave. Bruce, you used to be a fucking Green Beret.
Goodness. I love my job. I supervise around 2,000 people nationwide, and my investments are up to 20 million.
Hey, I'm leaving.
Yeah, wait, I'm coming. I just think we should stay out of anything political.
And I think it's going to be impossible to pass along any information that isn't considered political by somebody.
And I think this is not an argument you two boys are going to settle tonight. I'd just like to say I really admire your writing and your passion. And what you've been saying and doing, and it's because of you that I'm here. You take care this good man doesn't burn out. Good night.
We have just elected a president who is in the closet. I lost every argument. I'm the only screamer among them. Oh God, I forgot to tell him I'm getting us on local news.
Which channel?
Well, it's not TV, it's radio. Yeah, it's a start.
I think you should have been president.
I didn't really want it. I've never been any good at serving on a team. I like stirring things up on my own. No, Bruce will be a good president. I can shake him up. Where's that ice cream? Do you think I'm crazy?
I certainly do. That's why I'm here.
I'm glad
that I'm here.
that you think I'm crazy.